And we're live. Hey, welcome to my new podcast, the World Podcast Report with the messenger Mo Hersi. Who is that? Well, that's me. It's my very first podcast, video podcast. I'm learning. Things may go wrong, things may go good, but yeah, please, if you want to support me and help me develop this podcast, please subscribe to my channel. It's underneath here somewhere. You can subscribe to that. And welcome to my podcast. A little bit about myself. I'm almost 35 years old. I've been living in the Netherlands right now for almost 33 years. Originally was born in Ethiopia. I'm a refugee towards the Netherlands. I was born in the southeast side of Ethiopia, next to the border of Djibouti and Somalia, northern side of Somalia. So I speak Somali language, and I speak Dutch, and I speak English language, as you can hear. My profession is a comedian and also a journalist, and I make a lot of TV shows. And yeah, during this crisis right now where we are in with the coronavirus, I have no job anymore because I'm a public speaker. I go around through the Netherlands and speak at conferences, or I'm a host. So I do a lot of these things where it's in front of an audience. But at the moment right now, in the Netherlands, the government has decided to lock down all events due to the coronavirus. And of course, it's very good that they're doing this because we don't want any more people getting sick. But the whole cultural side of like the artists, like the dancers, the theater plays, the musicians, the singers, you name it, comedians, all of them are now like out of a job, and they're seeking like to do some things with their time because we're in a lockdown until June 1st. And hopefully by tomorrow the government is giving us more information about what we're going to do. So on Tuesday, 31st of March, the government will give us some more perspective of what kind of rules there are, because the Netherlands is different than Italy and Spain and all of that, because all the other European countries, they have like a total lockdown. And what does a total lockdown mean is that you cannot go outside only if you want to go buy some groceries. In the Netherlands, we have like intelligence lockdown. That's the phrase of our prime minister, and he says like everybody can go outside. If you want to go for a run, you can go for a run, but please have a distance of 1.5 meters. So everybody needs to have 1.5 meter distance. And children can still play with each other because of the coronavirus. Children are not very effective that way. But in your own house, you're not allowed to have more people than 4. So you can have a party or something, a birthday party. My birthday party is coming up like in 3 days. And it's very weird because normally I host like this big party with like 60 or 70 people coming in from all different backgrounds and all cultures, and we have food and everything. This year, I cannot do anything. So it's like very strange to see this. The government right now, our prime minister spoke again. He speaks every day to the journalists and trying to tell them like what plans they made and what meetings they went into and what came out of those meetings. And I want to give a big shout out to all the people, all the nurses, all the doctors, and all the other people that are now cleaning the city still and building it and working in supermarkets all over, not even in the Netherlands, but all over the place. Like there are a lot of people working in supermarkets right now, and they're risking their own lives. So it's very good, like for them to do this, but it's also very, dangerous in some kind of way. So we need to be very respectful, I think, to all these people. The other thing I really want to talk about in my podcast is the news. So the news all around and from my perspective. So I have my thoughts and my ideas, and because I'm a journalist and I see things from a different perspective, because I have I have an African background, so I see things differently. So for instance, right now, what a lot of people don't know is that the coronavirus is everywhere, but it's not like very big in Africa. And Africa is not just one country, of course. There's 54 countries in Africa that's all divided. You can see that, for instance, in Egypt, there's a big corona crisis going on right now. In Tunisia, there's a big corona crisis going on. But if you go a little bit down south to the sub-Sahara Africa, you see like there's not much going on over there, and you think like, wow, how is that possible? Somalia has 2 cases of coronavirus. If you go look at Angola, that's also like 1 or 2 cases of coronavirus, and you think like, how is this happening? Or why is Europe so affected very much? And now also United States also, they're having a big problem with coronavirus. China had a big corona crisis very much, and all that has to do with the infrastructure. If you look at all the roads and everything, in China and in Europe and in America, like there's a lot of people living all together in one big city. But if you want to go out of that city, you can easily be out like in 1 hour. You can be easily be out like for in the Netherlands. If I want to drive all the way towards Germany, I can be in 2 hours. I can be somewhere in Germany or in France or in Belgium. So that's the easiest part. But in Africa, we don't have much roads and all of that stuff. So that's helping us now to not have that much of coronavirus in Africa. So the disease is not spreading that much very quickly. And I have a very good friend of mine. He is a philosopher, and he has these ideas also as well. So I'm gonna call him now and to see if that's gonna work out, because I don't know what he's doing right now, but I'm just gonna call him. I'm gonna call Isaac and see what he's doing. Isaac is a musician, and he's an African musician living in the Netherlands, but he's also he does something with data.
Mo,
Hello, Isaac.
who is that, man?
How are you? Welcome to the World Podcast with the Messenger Mo Hersi podcast. Hello.
Welcome, sir. How are you?
I'm
Thank you
re-
for having me.
yes, I'm recording my first podcast, and I have a system ready here, and this is my first episode, so I'm just calling all of my friends to see like all my African friends, what are they doing, and yes, how you been holding up the coronavirus?
Oh, we are holding up, bro. We
Yes.
are survivors. Remember, we come from Africa. We've seen worse.
For people that don't know you, Isaac, please tell your name and where you're from and what do you do.
Well, my name is Isaac Bullock. Kintu, I'm originally from Uganda. I've been living here for the last 20 years. I'm a musician during it's the weekends and
Oh, I have to do that again. I cut him off. I cut him off. I cut Isaac off. Unbelievable.
more.
Yes, sorry. There was somebody calling in between, and it's all new equipment, so I don't know how to shut off a person or anything. But I'm sorry, man. Sorry. Please start again. Start again.
Oh, well, okay. You want me to
Start your name. Your name and what do you do?
Well, my name is Isaac Bullock Kintu. I was born in Uganda. That's where I come from, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I've been living here for the last 19, maybe 20 years. And I'm a musician, mostly based in creating bands and working with different musicians on different levels, and a marketing specialist
Marketing
with a
specialist, huh?
focus. Yeah, yeah, with a focus on strategy.
Yes. So
Yeah,
you're originally from Uganda,
yeah, I'm from Uganda.
and at the moment right now, how many cases of coronavirus are in Uganda?
Well, the last time I checked, there were eight who came from Dubai, according to to sources, and were taken.
oh,
they were they
oh,
were taken to quarantine right away. So at the moment, people are still hoping that they are the only victims of the coronavirus at the
yeah.
moment.
But what do you think that the how is it possible that Africa has so very low cases of coronavirus?
Well, I would like to think that it has to be to do something with the heat.
with the heat?
Uh, yeah, because apparently this virus is not really resistant when it comes to high temperatures.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping, or I would like to think that maybe it's because of the climate
Yes.
indifferences, and if that's the case, we'll be fine as well as soon as possible because the sun is shining here as well.
Yeah, I heard something about that. That the heat during the summer times, the virus cannot live very good, so it doesn't
Yeah,
spread that quickly.
yeah,
And
that's what I read as well.
yeah, but at the moment right now, it's not summertime in Africa, or is it? Or is it like it's not that?
Well, in Africa, every day is the summertime.
It's always summertime. It's
It's
always
always summer. We only have two seasons in Africa. That's the winter, that's the rain season and the dry season.
yeah.
We don't do winter and we don't do summers.
Okay, but when does rain season come in Uganda?
So the rain season in Uganda starts around December. What should you call winter?
Hmm.
Around December, and from July is a dry season. So
From July is dry season, so you're now still in rain season.
yeah, it's a kind of a rain season. But what is rain season? I think at the moment we're talking about between 28 and 38 degrees. So
Yeah.
that's summer.
So, but you live in your Harlem, yeah, Harlem,
Yeah,
not
yes,
not New
yeah,
York Harlem, but Harlem, the real Harlem, Harlem,
yeah,
not the
baby.
Netherlands.
Yeah.
So, how is it in Harlem being an African and being in Corona time in Harlem?
Well, the thing at the moment is that the Corona time is Harlem is the same as Amsterdam as anywhere else.
Yeah.
We are, of course, everyone is closed up, yeah, but we are seeing some different initiatives, especially with the musicians right now.
Yes.
We are doing some collaborations. Different musicians are sending different stuff, and we are writing on it and recording and sending it back. And people are making tracks. So within the music industry, I think we are handling it reasonably good.
Yeah, well, that's very good because I hear like because I'm also in the cultural sector of
Yeah,
like musicians, artists, comedians, actors.
yeah,
Um, all of them cannot work right now, and the musicians right now, I see that they still have some income because you can still perform your music online, or you can drop something
yeah,
on Spotify or other music channels, and
yeah,
a lot of musicians are getting great inspiration from this time of coronavirus. And
yeah.
do you have that as well?
Well, I must tell you, Spotify for us is not the best way of income because, like I tell you, it's extremely cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was listening to Richard Bonner. I was at a concert of Richard Bonner 2 months ago,
Mm-hmm.
and before going there, I always do research. I always try to get to know more of the artists or the musicians I'm visiting. And he had some good music brought out, and it was like, okay, we hit a lot of people, we reached a lot of people, but the amount of money that we receive from Spotify, it's like next to zero.
Yeah.
And then I went further and read about, saw a piece of Pharrell Williams. Do you remember the song Happy?
Yes. 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 Yes.
It was a mega hit.
Yeah.
Do you want to know how much money goes from Spotify?
No.
Around 3,000 euros.
Around 3,000 euros
Yeah,
that he got for that song?
for that song.
No way. I don't
So,
believe it. I
no,
don't
you,
believe
you
it.
should you should Google it.
Really?
That's how much you got.
Because I also heard that in the song it was a copyright of one of the oldest songs from Marvin Gaye or something.
Yeah, so yeah, to pay a fine, like an extreme fine for that, which costs, I think it costs something like millions.
Yeah, and he has to
But
pay millions, but he's getting like 3,000 euros.
yeah, so that's
Wow.
how much we are dependent on live
Performances, yeah,
performances.
live
Yeah,
performance. Because
yeah, because it's
what I've seen as well is that like the live performances, like when I was younger, when I was like 14, 15 years old,
mm,
I used to go to live performances and bought a ticket
mm,
for like, what was it? Maybe, yeah, it cost like 10 euros, 15 euros or something. Now
yeah,
the live performances are almost like, 50, 60 euros, and you get like a showcase of somebody, and you think like, well, it's like 45 minutes, and you're like, okay, did I pay here
Yeah,
40 euros for?
yeah, but that's the thing. You have to see, like it's the same as your comment. We spent a lot of money and a lot of income creating that 45 minutes that you've seen.
Yeah.
So you don't pay for that 45 minutes that you've seen. You pay for the whole energy, the all instruments that we buy. Do you know how much a reasonable guitar costs at the moment?
No, tell me.
That's something like you start from 500 is the cheapest one which you can use.
So
You
500,
can go
a good guitar,
a reasonable
a
something
reasonable
which has
guitar.
which makes
Yeah,
a little bit of sound.
yeah,
But if you really need a high-end instrument,
yeah,
you be you will be between somewhere between 2,000 euros.
yeah. But but
Can
but
you?
but isn't now right now, because there's a lot of musicians that make music on the computer,
Yeah,
so that for the real live artists, it's like very difficult, like to get booked now nowadays, and now even with the coronavirus, it's even much harder
yeah,
now.
yeah. But that's the thing because for me, I think people forget where music comes from because a lot of people are copywriting and doing all that kind of stuff online, but eventually all that music was created by live performance.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So I think live performers are really underrated. But we, a lot of people benefit from it. And with my work, because I've been lucky to work with Professor Eric Skelder the last 2 years.
yes. Eric Skelder,
And,
who's
and
that?
he's a professor, you know him. He's a neuro, his department's neurology, and he's famous in the Netherlands. I think you've seen him.
Uh-huh.
The professor, the video Drido, you know him.
Oh yeah, the guy that talks about the brain and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
So I've been lucky to work with him for the last 2 years, and I've learned the advantages
Mm-hmm.
that comes with music. Musicians are doctors, actually.
Yeah,
That's how high they are, but they are less appreciated and less respected with what they bring in, and that's also another issue. And that's why we think, for me, basically, I think we should use this time actually to reinvent the new ways of creating income for musicians
yeah.
or even artists or anyone else. It's not for free. It
No,
shouldn't be for free because there's a lot of energy, there is a lot of work put in there, and the benefits are extreme because music keeps us alive.
yeah. So
Music
what
is a
is your
language.
what is your solution then?
My solution is that we have to reinvent most of the things that we do in a way that uh, like if you buy a song from Spotify, you should think about the energy and everything that's put in there.
Do you think that
If
Spotify should like pay artists more money?
Spotify should definitely pay artists more money, but also the people who are buying the music should recognize some musicians and maybe like for example, right now, if you like a song from Pharrell Williams, why would you pay 10 cents to listen to it?
Yeah,
If you think you should pay according to what you think the value is for a song.
yeah. Because in the old days, it was like the payments of like if you wanted to buy a single,
Yeah,
it
you
was
bought a single.
for
You
what,
went
2 euros,
you
three
went to free
euros.
record shop. You remember free
Yeah,
record shop?
yeah, yeah. We went to the free record shop. The free record shop, for the people who don't know, it's a
Yeah,
shop in the Netherlands. It's like it's like a chain shop with all the CDs and everything. And you go
yeah,
inside and you can like grab a CD and then plug it in, and then you would tell the guy behind the cash register like, hey, I'm not buying this,
yeah.
but I'm just listening towards it. I just need to listen, and if it's good, I'll buy it. And then you listen to all the whole album. You be staying
Yeah,
there for like days to listen to
yeah,
everything.
but it's wrong though.
Yeah, but
You
if
can't be listening to other people's stuff without
no,
paying for it.
no, I used to do that. I used to do that a lot, man. I was a broke child, man. When I didn't have anything. What
Yeah.
do you think I can listen to the whole album of the Notorious B.I.G.? No, man. No, I went to the free record shop. I was
Yeah,
I was there for
yeah,
hours. And before I went to free record shop, I went to the other candy store first, Yamin, and then
yeah,
I bought a candy bag, and then I went to free record shop, and then I stayed there for like an hour or something, just listening to all the Tupac and the BIGs. But back then,
yeah,
you paid like a CD, and if it was 15 euros, and then
yeah,
I think like 40% of that money went straight to the artist.
Yeah, of course, but we've always for me, like I'm gonna be very honest with you. I don't believe in record labels and all that kind of stuff, and that's maybe the reason I've mostly concentrated on playing live, because I think we are getting ripped off.
Yeah,
Uh,
but if live performances are the only way to make money,
yeah,
like you have these artists that don't have any how you say it. There's a lot of artists right now putting their music back on the LPs.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Put it back on something which is more sensible and
yeah,
sell it
physic.
differently.
And what's
Yeah.
what? Yeah, and physic.
Yeah. So what I see right now is that we as musicians or artists or people from a culture sector have
Mm-hmm.
reached a point
Mm-hmm.
where we are surviving.
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, I got lucky. I took an extra education, so I have my other degree. I can do other stuff, so I can perfectly say no to some gigs
Yes.
or let's say some stuff because I have another different employment to help me with that one.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of musicians who decided to go for musicians who chose to play to create something with their passion, and they create it, and they are they are surviving. It's
It's
extreme.
tough. It's tough, man.
It's,
It's
it's
tough.
it's extremely tough,
Tough world.
and I think it doesn't have to be tough if like if we came up with a. Do you know that there is no MKB for musicians?
No,
We-
but because all of the musicians cannot come together, if there was a group, or like if like a union for artists,
Yeah, there has to be a union for artists. There has to be
yeah.
a union for in the culture center. We have to come up with a minimum wage.
Cause no, but the reason the reason why there's no union for artists, because there is a
Yeah,
union for theater and all of that stuff. And also for
yeah,
the ballet and
yeah,
classical they made a union, but for the pop
yeah,
artist and all the other people, because
yeah,
every time the group is being assembled, like okay, this is the group that's going to represent us. There's always like 15 other people that are like, hey, but you're forgetting about this person. This person has to be in the group, and that person has to be in the group. So
yeah,
they never come together. The one major thing I hate right now at the moment, what's going on in the Netherlands, is
yeah.
like hip hop music is like mainstream,
Mm-hmm.
but in order to like have like a union for hip hop and to get like more subsidy from the government to get like more things done, we need a union. But yeah, hip hop is a stream that is always from the origin against the establishment. So
Yeah.
so
So, but
so
that's the thing. So why can't we come together and create like a union, whether
yeah.
so we can ask for what we deserve.
Yeah, but it's not going to happen because a lot of people are against the authorities. So you have people like, hey, I'm supporting, like let's say the b boys, or I'm supporting
Mm-hmm.
the hip hop dancers, or I'm supporting like the hip hop artist. They don't want to mix with each other. So it's like very strange way, because it's a very young generation as well, of a young genre.
Yeah, yeah, but
And
that's
that's the
yeah,
thing.
but then I'm gonna tell you something. I've been organizing for the last 10 years jam sessions
Yes.
where I've been inviting different musicians from different bands and different things to come together, and we've been creating this. We've been creating new music together. We've been like connecting differently.
Oh, but
So
don't.
so I don't believe that we are not capable of organizing. We are capable of that. We just need to do it.
No, no, no. I'm not saying that that you guys cannot organize, but you can organize to play a jam session. If I have like tonight, for instance, for the comedy scene, if I say like, hey, I have a comedy show out, and I have like a spots for 9 people to come and play, people will
Hmm.
come and drive 2 hours just to get some stage performance. That's not the problem. The problem is getting the right people to really support, or be a spokesperson for the industry.
Yeah.
That's like another level. So you need like a seasoned person in the game to really represent everybody, and is willing to give up his time for this, or his or her time, for like the benefit of other people. And
Yeah, but
that I don't see, because with the music industry, there's always like an attachment towards it. Like, hey, I'll do this for you, and you do this for me. That's
yeah,
always
but
that's the music
that
industry.
yeah, that has always been the problem with that. So you've just talked you just actually said, well, what's wrong? And as long as we can't get over it, we'll be ripped up by companies like
Yeah,
Spotify, because we are not capable. We are not
yeah,
capable of organizing and establishing, creating establishments.
yeah, that's true. Hey, but on the other thing, you're
Yeah.
living. So right now, you're on my podcast for the first time.
Oh, thank you.
My first show. I'm really recording this, and then I will see how everything would go, and how
Hmm.
it's going good so far. So
Hmm.
I'm very thankful to have you on my podcast, and I will definitely call you in the future to really give your insights on a variety of subjects.
Yeah.
So
Thanks. We started somewhere and we went somewhere.
we'll
That's
see.
how it
We'll
happens
see.
anyway. So
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Hey,
yeah.
but I'll thank you very much. You have a great day.
Thank you, and keep up with the good work. You know, we've been we are supporting you. We know what's happening. We've been watching everything which is going on piece by piece, and I for one, I'm really proud of what you're doing, and you should keep doing it.
Thank you very much. That was
Yeah.
Isaac Bullock, the man
Thank you for
from
having me.
the man from Uganda and lives in Harlem. Hey,
Yeah,
keep it
thank you,
safe.
man.
All right, bye.
I'm sorry. I hope I was on point, because we just started somewhere
No,
and
it's
went
okay.
somewhere.
Very good. Very good. Thank you very much. All right, bye.
Thank you very much. Bye bye.
And that was the first episode of the World Podcast. I just spoke to a couple of my friends that are very influential, as you can see, in the Netherlands. They have an African background. All of them have an African background, but I have a variety of friends, also white friends and black friends and other stuff. So on my episodes, there will be plenty of people that we're going to discuss the news with, and the graphics will be better as well by the next show. But hey, for now, please subscribe to my channel on this side or on that side. It doesn't matter. But please subscribe, and then you can be updated with the latest new videos. Thank you for now, and have a great day.